This week I've made two observations um, about the tinnitus sound. I could be wrong, or could be some other factors, but there were 2 days in this week where I had more than 1 hour of deep sleep. So in these 2 days, tinnitus disappeared. The tinnitus sound has disappeared. So probably there's a correlation between deep sleep and tinnitus, right? So the first time I've experienced tinnitus sound was when I was working the night shift. And at that time I didn't sleep very well. And that was the first time ever I have experienced it. And I didn't think much of it at that time. But now I'm kind of making that link, maybe sleep, because now since I've been having sleep issues, I've been making that link between tinnitus. So there's that correlation between tinnitus and deep sleep. So there are days where I only sleep few hours, but if I get enough deep sleep during that time, somehow tinnitus disappears. I don't know for sure if this is accurate or not. I have to keep monitoring my deep sleep and see if this correlation stands, like if this correlation is accurate. But for now, I'm saying I did notice it this week. We'll see next week. Majority of the time I don't get enough deep sleep. That's the problem. That's majority of the time. So most of the time I get less than an hour of deep sleep. So this week, however, there were 2 days where I slept more than an hour. So I'm thinking that could have been the reason why tinnitus sound disappeared. It's quite possible. So I don't know for sure. If next week I get deep sleep, more deep sleep for some of the days, and I don't have tinnitus, then I could say for sure 100%. So I have to keep monitoring it, and I'll say for sure 100%. Tinnitus sound is probably caused by having less deep sleep. For sure, like there is definitely that correlation. Now it may not be the only factor, but this is something I'm observing right now. It may not be the only factor that deep sleep is the only factor that could cause tinnitus to disappear or appear again. But definitely there is some sort of correlation for sure between deep sleep and tinnitus. For sure, like if there's a scientist studying this stuff or a doctor, you should always consider deep sleep. I'm not saying the number of hours, I'm saying about deep sleep, because some days I don't sleep that many hours. Sometimes I sleep 4 hours and tinnitus disappears. And some days I notice like I don't even sleep at all, but if I get like maybe 1 hour of deep sleep and then it's gone, right? I don't know if deep sleep is the only thing, but somehow, yeah, I'm seeing that correlation. Um, I'm seeing that correlation. What else? What else causes the tinnitus sound to disappear? I think maybe stress level. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100%. Could be, it could be stress level. If your stress level is high, then the if your stress level is high, then you might experience tinnitus. Um, that could be something. It could be something. What else? So you have stress. You have deep sleep. Um, I don't know, diet, maybe sugar, but no, I can't say diet is the cause. Like today, for example, I got more than 1 hour of deep sleep and tinnitus disappeared. And I said before, it could be hormonal too. Like, I'm not sure if working out or doing too much activities, physical activities, could affect your hormones. So that could be also one of the cause of tinnitus, right? Um, but for sure, this week it was deep sleep for sure. I don't know next week, but I will keep making these observations and I will make a video about it. Um, but it doesn't make sense to me when the doctor said um, your tinnitus could be caused by bone loss, which the bone acts as an insulator for sound. So when you lose bones, you lose that sound insulation, which is the cause of tinnitus. It didn't make sense because why, if that holds true, if his theory holds true, even though they did the X-ray and the X-ray did confirm that I have bone loss in my ear, I don't know, my ear and my jaw also, I think. If his theory holds true, then why some days I don't hear the tinnitus sound and other days I hear it very loud and it's very annoying? So that's why I can't believe it's a bone loss is the cause of it. Although there might be some truth that I have some bone loss that might kind of cause tinnitus. Because the thing is, our brain, well, let's say there's some bone loss or some hearing loss also, but I don't have hearing loss at this age. I don't have it yet. They did the hearing test. They said I'm within normal, almost on the borderline, but within normal hearing. So, um, and even if there was some hearing loss, it's very hard to tell because when you hear sound in your head like tinnitus, you're gonna have some hearing loss because the tinnitus sound blocks the sounds from outside, right? It's gonna block some sound from outside. That doesn't mean you're deaf. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with your ear. It just means that what it means is that what this means is that the sound you're hearing is blocking the sound inside your head is blocking the sound you're supposed to hear from outside your head. An example of this would be like if you turn on the radio and someone else is talking to you, right? Or you turn on the TV and someone is talking to you, you're not going to hear that person because the TV is too loud, right? So the same thing with tinnitus. When you have tinnitus, you might have hearing issues, not because your ears are not working, it's just because you're hearing another sound, and that's blocking your from blocking you from hearing what you need to hear, right? Just like a TV It blocks the sound of someone talking to you. The same idea. Um, so I don't believe I have hearing loss, and they told me I'm on the borderline, and even, I think I have perfect hearing. I don't even believe I'm on the borderline. There were some frequencies which probably matches the frequencies of the tinnitus that I couldn't hear. So that's why they told me I'm on the borderline. Um, but um, but I believe my hearing is perfect at this age. There's no hearing issues. But if there was a hearing problem, if there was a hearing issue that's causing the tinnitus, and let's say there was a hearing, let's assume there was a hearing issue. Let's assume that I have hearing loss, and um, let's assume I have bone loss that's affecting my hearing somewhat. Okay, let's assume these are true. If they are true, the only explanation I can think of that why some days I hear tinnitus sound and other days I don't is because my brain is kind of um, my brain is adjusting, so my brain could filter out the unnecessary sounds, the tinnitus sounds. So when my brain is functioning correctly, it filters out the tinnitus sound. So I might have this tinnitus because of hearing loss and whatnot. I'm not saying that's not true, but there's something else in the brain that allows it to function correctly. When I have that, when my brain is functioning correctly, then I don't hear tinnitus. For some reason, I think deep sleep allows your brain to function correctly and filter out the tinnitus sound. If I have tinnitus, if I have tinnitus due to hearing loss or whatever or whatnot, that's what I'm thinking. If that's true, if it holds true that I have hearing loss, but I don't believe so. I don't believe I have hearing loss. I believe tinnitus is caused by some sleep issues. Somewhere in the brain, sleep or hormonal issue. Somewhere deep down in my brain, I have some hormonal imbalance or something that's affecting my sleep, and that's causing my tinnitus. Um, that could be it. That could be it. But you never know. You never know, because there is no test they can do conclusively to rule out the cause. I mean, there is no test they could just take a needle, plug it in, take a needle and take a blood sample from my head, right? That it doesn't work that way. The blood in your head is different from the blood in your body, right? Because there's something called blood-brain barrier. So only certain molecules are allowed to stay in the head. Certain chemicals are allowed to stay in, and certain chemicals are blocked, right? Certain hormones or chemicals or whatnot, they get blocked by the blood-brain barrier, right? So that's why they can't just take a blood test from my body and see what's in my head. They can't. They have to take a sample from my head, which is not something they normally do, right? I mean, that's not what doctors do. That's why it's kind of hard to figure out probably why people have tinnitus, That's why also why it's taking a long time for scientists or doctors to figure it out, because there's no test. When it comes to problems in the head, it's very hard to when you have problems in the head, it's very hard to um, I've just lost focus of my camera. Yeah, so when you have problems in the head, very hard to fix. That's what I'm trying to say here. You cannot fix these issues easily. Now, I don't know about other people. What I don't know about their lifestyle. Like, there are not many people with tinnitus. They have tinnitus condition. We're like a small percentage of people that have it. Um, we are a small percentage of people. Um, it would be nice if I could find a group, like a forum, where I could, where I could like learn more about this condition. It would be nice to see if other people could share like how many hours they slept, and and what is the amount of deep sleep they get every day, and whether it's helping them with their tinnitus or not. That would be something interesting to read about. Um, that's how we could learn about the condition, by sharing information, right? Like what I'm doing right now. So that's why we need to have like a group, like a forum or something, and we all share information. I don't know. Maybe there is one, but I don't know about it. So I have to kind of look into. I know there's a lot of stuff online, but it's kind of hard to filter out what is and what isn't good. So I'm gonna keep making observation about tinnitus, and what's wrong with my camera? Why is like this? Why is like this? Why are you doing this to me? Yeah. So keep making observations, and I hope it will help me one day, or to help other people as well. I hope you all improve, and I hope that people will improve, because tinnitus is not an easy thing for people. It affects your sleep. It affects everything. So I hope it's a vicious cycle when you have tinnitus. So it's a vicious cycle. It affects your sleep, and sleep affects tinnitus. That could be a possibility too. So you don't know you become confused. You don't know what's happening, why you have tinnitus, right? And why you're having sleep problems. So that could apply to you as well, right? Like in my case, when I start to experience tinnitus, I started having sleep issues. And then all of a sudden, tinnitus started to get more worse, right? So it became like a vicious cycle. Only like I remember when I was getting only tinnitus maybe once every few months or once every year. So it wasn't something I paid attention to it that much. But now it seems to be more worse than before, right? And my sleep started to become more worse at the same time. So it is quite possible tinnitus is caused by sleep issues, deprivation, right? And when you sleep deprived, a lot of things could happen to you. It's quite possible. Um, yeah, I mean, sleep could be the cause for tinnitus. even you might have hearing loss, it doesn't mean you should suffer from tinnitus. It doesn't mean that, because your brain can adjust. Your brain kind of processes all the information, right? That's that is the job of your brain, is to take out all the information through your ears and process it and filter out unnecessary noises, right? So partly your brain is responsible for removing unnecessary noise, right? Partly your brain is responsible for filtering out unnecessary noise. But when your brain doesn't do that function properly, then you might end up having tinnitus, right? That's what it is. That's I think what it is. I mean, you could get tinnitus from a lot of things. You know, it's not just sleep, right? So everyone is different, but for me, I think it's sleep. For me, anything that could affect your brain, the functioning of your brain, can cause tinnitus. That's what I believe. For example, if you get into a car accident, you might get tinnitus. Um, a blow on the head, a blow to your head, is gonna cause some brain damage, or is gonna cause some brain malfunction. And when that happens, your brain cannot do its job in filtering out noise, unnecessary noise, and that's why you start hearing tinnitus, right? Same thing in my case. If I don't sleep, it's very similar to a car accident, right? My brain is not functioning, and what happens? You get tinnitus. I believe in that. I don't know, it may not be true, but over time I will get to learn more about the condition. Like, I have to start to try to improve my sleep, improve my weight, lose weight. I know I've been saying this for a long time. It's very difficult to lose weight. It's not an easy thing. Once you gain weight, it's almost like climbing a mountain. Like, you feel like you're climbing a mountain, to lose weight. It's not an easy task. But I'm going to try my best to lose weight. The only reason why I'm having a hard time losing weight at the moment is because I'm going through stress. And when I go through stress, what do? I eat. That's all I do. Eating helps me sleep, because eating reduces stress. Eating does play a role in reducing stress. And when I reduce stress, I could sleep better. So a lot of times I eat before I go to bed, which is not good. That's helping me sleep, right? But it's not good for my health, and I gain weight as a result as well. If I'm going to try to diet and all that, it might affect my sleep. And this is why right now if it affects my sleep, then it's gonna make my tinnitus worse, and then I'm again trapped into a vicious cycle of tinnitus, poor sleep. So that's why I don't want to diet at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if I diet and lose weight and I get good sleep, my tinnitus will disappear completely. Completely, it will disappear. Now it comes on, it disappears, comes on and disappears. Depends how much I sleep, or how much I take care of myself. but I'm pretty sure one day I'm gonna be able to get rid of it. But it's not an easy task. Like as I explained, you know, you need to lose weight, you need to stop eating and reduce the amount of food. And if I do that, then my stress level is gonna go high, and I won't be able to sleep. This is why I'm kind of don't want to do that at the moment. I want to try to improve my sleep first. And once I improve my sleep, then I might try to diet, right? Slowly, slowly. I want to do it slowly, slowly. Hopefully, one day my sleep will improve, and then I'll start doing some exercise and dieting. Um, I just have to take it one step at a time. Yes.